Vielen Dank. Bis zum Hören.
Feels like in good old days with university. Good morning, I'm here at the Linux Tage, listening to a talk about Meltdown and Spectre by a guy who started to study with me. He started his bachelor at the same time as me and is now like a lot further than me. He's got already his PhD done, I think. He's doing research at the university. He made 2 master degrees. I mean, he's a very motivated guy, must admit. But okay, let's not. Let's talk about me again. No, my life is not that bad. And today I actually want to make this video vlog number 16. Because I want to talk about my job for a bit. But before I do, I have to work on that job. Gotta go. Alright, so the HelferLine job for today is done. I will properly start vlog number 16 in a second. But first I want to go back to the Linux Tage because they have a talk on the new data protection laws that are imposed by the EU, and wherever I'm gonna work, this will affect me. So I want to find out more about it. Quite the party music coming from over there. And once again we're on the Schlossberg. I'm just looking for a good spot and then we can start vlog number 16. I'm still quite for this angle. Party going on over there. But how would that be as a background? Is that too bright? I mean, I'm quite in the shadow. I could mount you on this store. I'm not entirely happy. This, I mean, I tried. It's not working. Not today, not now. Maybe some other time. I remember this location. Let's get this party started. I hope that the audio is alright because I have a party over there and I'm vlogging with a GoPro in a case. Just gonna hope that the audio is fine. That's all I can do. Okay, so finally, welcome to vlog number 16. Yes, I looked it up now. First things first. In case you did not know, I have been working with a company called HelferLine. Basically, what they do is they provide IT service, like IT support for small businesses or mainly private customers. So the small people who couldn't afford professional support, HelferLine tries to target them by having so-called HelferLine like me, just individuals who live in the area and would go to the customers and, you know, IT support them. Now, I don't have a special education for that. It's just my knowledge of technology that allows me to do this. And most of the jobs, it's fine. All of the jobs, it's fine. But in order for me to legally do this, I had to register a firm. And I did that on my birthday because I felt like, yeah, it's my birthday. Let's start my own company.
Today is my birthday, and so on and so on and so on.
On my birthday, I was in Toulouse, France. But there was no problem because I could do it all online. I had it prepared and I was just on my birthday sitting there and saying, yeah, I am now a company. So I have a business which is just my name, and I am now allowed to be a Dienstleister in der Datenverarbeitung. Yes, that's what I do. The music is kind of distracting me, I'm sorry. Yeah, right, so I have a company. Okay, cool. Are the glasses annoying? I'm gonna put them away. Registering the company, no problem. I did it all online and it didn't cost me anything. I mean, I know that I'm gonna have to pay something. Accident insurance, Unfallversicherung is what they call it. I think it's €7 a month. so not a lot, so it's not that big of a deal. And I was like, yeah, I guess I have to pay that. If I would earn more than a certain threshold, I would have to pay other insurance, like health insurance and pension insurance. Those would be more expensive though. Like then we get to like 100 or more. It's quite expensive. And I was like, phew, good that I don't have to pay that. And yeah, as long as I don't earn too much, which I never will with that job, I'm fine. Also for social insurance, I'm also fine. I'm still insured with my mom because I'm still young. I can't do that for much longer, but I can do it for a bit more. Yes. Again, I'm below a certain threshold, so I didn't take the social insurance with it, which, you know, would be, again, expensive, but don't need to, so I'm fine. Okay, cool. Now, to the job. Basically how it works is I go to the customers, fix their problem, then charge them, and then HelferLine takes a cut of it. A little bit less than 50%. With the current tariffs, I have to charge the customer 28 euros per half hour, and I have to give 13 to HelferLine. At first it might seem like a lot, but I guess it's fair. It's their customers, they have to do all the marketing and they do the support, so it's fine. I still get 30 euros per hour, so it's cool. Is it 30 euros per hour though? No, it's not. It's 30 euros per hour that I actually work and can charge them for. Usually I work more than I charge them for, and then there's also the overhead of, you know, going there, but going there is not the problem. Like, I like to cycle, so that's out of the question. But there's other overhead, like having to do the shit on the app and giving a review of the customer and putting all the infos in. And then also the overhead that I have to do because, you know, I'm a company and I have some responsibilities finance-wise that I, you know, have to keep track of stuff. I mean, it's still okay, but we'll get to that. I think I was really lucky with the first few jobs that I had because I really liked them. I mean, the first one was a networking kind of thing, and that was like solving a riddle. There's a vlog about it, by the way, and I really liked it. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine if I charge less. But then you get to jobs that are more, you know, kinda boring and mundane, and then it's not so much fun anymore. Now, my problem with HelferLine as a job provider is that I don't have the feeling that they trust us who work for them or in their name. I mean, I feel like I'm always in the worst position between the customer and them. There was one job, for instance, with a computer that seemed to have a hardware problem because sometimes if you demand a lot from it, it will just crash. It will just not even shut down, but just be gone. I couldn't really figure out why, and I assumed that it must be the power supply, which just can't handle all the power that you drag from it, because it was a custom built PC. I mean, you know, I was like, might be the power supply. Now, thing is, I was in this shitty situation that if it was the power supply, then I would have to charge the customer for at least a half hour, because if it's a hardware problem, even if I can't do anything, I need to charge them. But if I charge him, I also, of course, also need to pay the fee for HelferLine, right? Now, I can't be sure that it actually is the power supply until you know, change the power supply and see if that works better. If it then wouldn't be the power supply, then I don't want to charge the customer if I gave them wrong information. But if I would have already charged them, then I already have to pay HelferLine, so I can't refund my customer properly anymore. And so what do I do now? I was in the situation, shit, I don't know. I think it's that, but I can't be sure. Do I need to charge him or do I not? I ended up not charging him because I was like, I'm not sure. And I made the deal with him that he will buy a new power supply and I shall then come again. Because there's another great policy that HelferLine has, where I'm not allowed to ask for telephone numbers. That's even written in my contract. I'm not allowed to give mine, and I'm not allowed to ask for theirs. This is to protect me and to protect them, and mainly for HelferLine to make sure that I don't steal their customers, which, you know, is fair. Of course they don't want me to take the customers that they acquired with their marketing. That makes perfect sense. But it's the missing trust that I don't like. Because let's be honest, if I really wanted to communicate with that guy again, I would just go to his place. And also the other way around, if they want to contact me, on the receipt there's my name and my address. So you can either find me on Facebook with my name and ask me there, or just come to my place, which would be a bit stalkery, but if you really wanted to, you know. So I really don't see what the problem with the telephone number is. Anyway, that's just one thing that I really don't like. So as I said, I decided I'll just make another job in the app of HelferLine. I said, okay, I'll come again in, say, 2 weeks, and by then he will hopefully have the new power supply and we can see what happens. Now, what happened then is that the customer cancelled the job that I set because the power supply didn't arrive yet. So I didn't get any money for that, and I went there twice because I went there once on the wrong date. But that was my fault. Should have charged it in the beginning right away. But I didn't want to because I wasn't even sure. I was just guessing. And for a wild guess, I don't want to charge 28 euros, you know? It's probably also gonna be a hassle if I'm then wrong and he wants a refund because that wasn't it. I just sometimes feel like I'm not in a powerful position. I'm always the idiot, you know? In that situation, it would have been great if I would have had a telephone number of that guy, because I could just call him and ask what is going on. And with my job today, I again saw that I really don't like the not being able to ask for a telephone number, because thing was, even in the job description in the app of HelferLine, they said call the customer on arrival, then they will open. Guess what? I don't have a telephone number. And I pressed the telephone symbol, which connects me to HelferLine, like the HelferLine central. And guess what? Nobody picked up there. So I was like, great, I can't even go to my customer. I mean, I'm here, but I can't get in because the name is not on the door. I ended up getting in anyway because some people just got out of the house and then saw on the letterboxes the name with a top number written on it, and then I searched 4 floors until I found the right top number. As it turns out, top 1 till 5 is on the 4th floor for whatever reason. Anyway, so I managed to ring there and then do my job. But doing my job involved a data backup because there was a computer that didn't start properly. So I made it start, and then we had to do backups, you know, to save the data. But these things take time. And I didn't want to just stand there for 40 minutes because then I feel stupid because I can't do anything except wait. And I also don't want to charge the customer those 40 minutes because I'm not doing anything, and that would be really a dick move. I'm waiting for the hard drive to write and I'm not doing anything, and I don't want to make the customer pay for that. That's super expensive. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna go grab something to eat. Since she doesn't have a doorbell, it would have been really nice if I could have just asked for the telephone number, and she would have liked to give me her telephone number, but I had to say no, I can't, because my contract denies that. I can't do that because then they will fine me 5,000 euros if I do that. So I can't. So we had to set a time when she will be downstairs such that I can get in again. I mean, how annoying. Whatever, I made myself a good time just chilling outside. Found a nice place. It's nice here. I didn't even know that there were so nice churches and stuff around. It looks cool. Now I've been at my customers for approximately 3/4 of an hour. The whole time I spent there was like 1.5 hours. With the time it took me to get there and get back home, it was 2 hours. and I ended up charging her only half an hour because I didn't really do much. And from those half hour, I, you know, only get like half the money that I charged. So I only got 15 euros for those 2 hours of work. Well, 2 hours of being out. And then that's not that good of a payment anymore. So from the 30 euros an hour, we are down to 10 euros an hour, not even 7.5 euros an hour. It's okay, it wasn't it's not tough work, and it's not like I had anything better to do today anyway. I have a meeting on Thursday. Yeah, so I'm not really happy with the policies of HelferLine. And there's another thing where I felt really left alone by them. It was the case that I had to send a warning because one of my customers just didn't pay. It's written on the receipt that they need to pay within 10 days, and after 30 days they still didn't pay. And I was like, damn. Now I asked HelferLine what I should do in that situation, and they said, yeah, we got something in that case, just go there. And what I found there was a website, and it was just a form how a warning should look like. Okay, fine, so I filled out the form, but now I had to get it to the customer. Okay, cool, I have a PDF. I don't know an email address because the invoice was sent per post. So I can't send it per email, I need to send it per post as well. I mean, why do I need to do that? Can't HelferLine already do that? I mean, they sent the receipts as well. Can't they just also send the warnings for me, please? No. I had to go to university to print because my printer is out of ink because I never print anything. At university, they changed the printing system, so I can't do anything with my copy card anymore. And I had to spend 10 euros to charge that new system because 10 euros is the minimum amount that you can charge with, you know. So I had to spend those 10 euros to print this one A4 page. Then I had to go get envelopes and go to the post office to send that freaking letter. That's just a lot of effort and money that I had to spend for an invoice that was about 28 euros. Of which again I only see 15. So I spent more on that freaking warning, sending this warning, than actually getting from the whole job. And I was there for an hour, but then the customer complained that I didn't do much in this hour, which is partly true because I couldn't do much. And then we made the deal that he only has to pay half an hour, which I was fine with, but he didn't pay, so I had to send this warning. And that is all just, it's annoying, very annoying. This was a very annoying job. So yeah, apparently I did a lot of work without getting paid properly. But then there was this one job, my favorite of all of them. Basically, it was saving data from a computer that had a crashed hard drive. Because the daughter of the guy apparently dropped the computer. So the hard drive had an error, it couldn't be mounted anymore. So the operating system didn't start anymore. But it was still okay, and with the right tools I was able to get out the data. So that's why this job was very interesting for me, because, you know, I like data and getting data back, saving data. And I learned how to do that if the hard drive, you know, has something, how to still get something out. So I like this job, and the customer was also really happy because there were a lot of pictures from, you know, the family on the hard drive, and they mean something to him, so he was really glad that I could, you know, save them. And another reason why I really liked this job was because it was the computer of his company, so he wanted the company to pay. And for companies, we have higher prices, so we charge more, so I also get more. I get 40 euros an hour. So in total I wrote an invoice of over 200 euros, and so I got like 100 just with this job, which was pretty nice. That's still more than I got with all the other jobs combined. In total, so far I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 HelferLine jobs, and I made a profit of around 150 euros. Now, you know, that's not a lot, and you might think that's fine as a side job until you get the letter from the Wirtschaftskammer. What's Wirtschaftskammer in English? Economic Chamber. Until you get a letter from the Economic Chamber telling you that you now need to pay 100 euros in Grundumlage. I have no idea what exactly that is, but apparently for their services, which I'm not using, I need to pay 100 euros. Great, cool, awesome, didn't know that, but apparently I have to. So basically, in total, I didn't really earn anything with HelferLine. I'm pretty much zero sum. Now you might say, well then just work more, just do more jobs. If only it was that easy. There are only so many jobs available. HelferLine publishes between 0 and 3 jobs per week. And then first the job has to fit to your categories. Most of them do. Then you also need to have time to do the job, which, you know, if you do other stuff as well, it might not always have, but usually I'm quite free with my time and time management, so I can take most of them. But then 3, you also need to be quick enough, because there are other HelferLine in the city, and if they are quicker on the app, then they take the job. Yeah, so it's not that easy. I would really like to do more, but I can't. I mean, I'm really trying to take everything that I can if I'm here, and if I can do it, then I'm doing it. Still, just enough to break even. I'm really not doing that well on that front. So is HelferLine worth it for me? Probably not. Do I regret that I do this? No, also not. Because, I mean, it's still better than doing nothing. Even though I'm not making money with it, it's something that I can put on my CV such that it doesn't look like I haven't been doing anything in this time. But also it's personally for me such that I don't feel so unproductive, because if I'm, you know, just enjoying my life, even though I'm really enjoying my life, there's this little voice in the back of my head that tells me, you didn't do anything today, you're an idiot, and then I feel bad. So if at least I do some HelferLine jobs, then at least I don't feel so bad for not doing anything. Like today, I didn't do anything for my master thesis yet, hopefully, but I did a HelferLine job, so I won't have this bad feeling in the evening where I'm like, I didn't do anything all day, you know? So that alone is already something. But then I could just volunteer somewhere where it's, you know, more helpful than what I'm doing now. But, you know, I'm learning something. I'm learning how to have my own company, what it means, the things I need to do. So yeah, it's a process. It's a process. I will figure it out. Even if I lose money in the end with this side job, it's still better than, you know, doing nothing. Even though I'm not perfectly happy with HelferLine, I still prefer it over nothing. There is no perfect job. With every job you'll have something that is not ideal. It's already 5. Yeah. As I said, I don't regret having this job. I'm still gonna continue doing it. I'm just gonna try and improve my conditions with HelferLine a bit. Da 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 da. So good, so good. I got you. Yeah, alright. And with that, I will say goodbye for today. Thanks for watching vlog number 16. Make your motivation and write me some comments on what you think of the whole thing. I mean, should I continue my job at HelferLine? That's not a good question because it is a closed question. I want an open question. What would you do in my situation? Would you continue working for them even though it's not perfect and you could try something else? I guess I will keep you updated if you want to be updated. So if you do want to be updated, let me know. For now, you should just enjoy the party and the lights on the Rathaus. Oh yeah, we usually do an end screen. Alright, so this was vlog number 16. Thank you for watching.